Okay, so this is the third video that links, of course, to our episode 2. And this one is definitely is one of my personal favorites for figuring out what you kind of want in some future, and very specifically, what are your personal design criteria when you're thinking about designing your future life and careers and so forth. Um, this is must, should, could, won't, right? Really easy. We also call it Moscow. So if you like a simple way to put this is a Moscow. And super simple. You can think of this like, hey, what do I need next? And what are the things that I don't want, in my next life or career? For instance, right? And these are just a few, and you could put as many as you like. If I must have the ability to travel, and I must have some kind of job that has design focus, or some design methodologies. Maybe that's where I get my energy from, or that's what I'm really interested in, or maybe I just got a degree in some design practice, and I want to be able to go utilize that. It should maybe be located in a major city. Now, what I'm saying here is it doesn't have to be located in a major city, but if I want to travel a lot, then maybe it should be located near a major city. And you could think of plenty of other things that might go here. It could be product focused, right? And this would be someone's personal aspirations. Does it have to be a product, or does it have to be a service? No, it's sort of saying here it might be what you put here, like, hey, it could have a product focus. It wouldn't be disagreeable to have something that's a product that I'm designing or managing or whatever, but maybe it's something else. And finally, it won't, in this case, be relegated to 9 to 5 work, right? If you're the kind of person like me, or I think Josh as well, yes, I've done lots of 9 to 5 work, but I much prefer varying hours, and working early in the morning and sometimes a little bit later in the evening with breaks in between to walk my dog, right? And so you can imagine then that I would put 9 to 5 as something I won't do in the future with whatever career or job or life that I'm designing. Now, in total, you can look at something like this, and this will help you not only to make choices about perhaps what careers you want to go into or jobs you're applying to, but also this could help you with your interviews and informational interviews and conversations. And we'll get into some
Mm-hmm.
prototyping of jobs in another video, and where you're going to prototype conversations. This will also help you have those conversations, because you're here listing the things that must, should, could, and won't be a part of whatever's next.
Yeah, fantastic. So to me, when I'm seeing this, it feels like kind of the intensity, right? So at the
Yes,
top, you got it dialed up all the way to 10, and then
that's
should is
right.
probably like an 8. Could is it would be nice, like a
Yeah,
6.
yeah,
And then of course won't is also all the way at the, dialed down or dialed all the way up, however you want to think about the metaphor. But um,
exactly.
that is interesting to think about all the things that might go in here.
Mm-hmm.
And I could imagine doing this, and it's almost like defining the boundaries, doing the musts and the won'ts first feels
Yes,
like a really productive way to do this, right? Where it's
that's
like,
right.
okay, what are the non-negotiables on
That's
the
right.
must have and won't have? And
Yeah,
then you can kind of move into the kind of in between. And of course, with stickies, virtual and real, you can write them all down and then move them around.
that's
And that
exactly
you
right.
come back to it, in 6 months, and you're like, oh, interesting. This has changed for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly right. And what I see most with something like this is exactly what you said. Is everyone starts with the musts, for instance, and then probably moves on to the won'ts. And what you always see is like the musts are overloaded. Like everything is a must. Well, not everything can be a must, right? You'll certainly eliminate most of the career options out there if everything's a must.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually you're right. Like you move some things into shoulds and coulds. You're like, you know what? It doesn't have to be a major. Do I have to travel from a major city? No, I got a kick-ass van, and I'm gonna drive my van around. Okay, well, I can do that from anywhere.
Right.
Great. it should be located in a major city because I want to fly to far off places. But does it have to be now? Right. And so, yeah, that's exactly right. You start with the musts and the won'ts, and then you start to move and shift things and add things.
Yeah.
And it becomes really also becomes a living document or a living way to sort of see your personal design criteria and then have those discussions, enabling you to go back to this and maybe shift things around or add things if you need.
Excellent. Fantastic. All right. So if you haven't checked out the other two tools, I'll put a link to the first one up here. And then also, if you've completed these and are ready to move on, episode 3 is available for you now. So check it out as you continue on your journey, how to learn how to design your career. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you so much, Josh.